and the race gets underway. Good start by James Saggers from pole position. Pretty good start as well from the second row of the grid by 198, which is Connor Forster. He's trying to get himself alongside Louis Woodward as they head up towards the first corner at Gerrard's Bend, but it is Woodward second and Forster in third place. No, he goes through on the inside, does he? Forster to take second place away. Yes, he does, I think. And then fourth, I think, is the car of, is that Aaron Mullen, I think, yeah, that's moved his way up to fourth ahead of Alfie Weymouth, who's lost a few positions, actually. It looks like Forster's going to lose out to Woodward, is he, as they head into the S's. They're still side by side, mirror to mirror. Forster later on the brakes, looks like he's just about made it stick, has he, for second place. But look at this big lead that they've gifted to James Saggers. This could be useful for P2 in the championship.
Aaron Mullen was massively sideways through the S's, the former autographs race, so they all break super late. Look at Shea Brennan trying to gain positions, but Connor Craven's made even more progress, the two novice championship contenders. But Forster making that good move, the driver who scored his first podium earlier on today, up into second place, and now pulling away from Louis Woodward and going after the leader. They're side by side for fourth. Connor Craven from seventh on the grid up into fourth position, or is he? Because Aaron Mullen on the inside fights back to stay ahead. Shea Brennan equally making good progress. He's on the outside of Jake Boydell, another driver in the battle, but second in the championship.
Fantastic stuff this on the opening lap or so of the race. It's a slightly shorter race, remember, 12 minutes rather than 15, but they'll still get probably 12 laps, maybe even 13 laps out of that. We'll wait and see as they head down the back straight. One of them trying to make up a move. It looked like Weymouth there was trying to get back ahead of Jake Boydell. He had a bad start to the race because he started on P4 of the grid, did Alfie Weymouth. It's Saggers leading, Forster second, Woodward sort of looking this way and that in third place, trying to make up ground. And Craven and Mullen, and it's Weymouth that's, he's got a bit of a nudge on the back there from Nick Peters. Yeah, that gave him a bit of impetus on the way out of the hairpin. Great racing.
Absolutely right. James Hillier's in this race after being in the last one, so he quickly ground himself onto the grid. But fastest lap from Mullen in fourth position. They're all concertinaing up front. They're in the 58s. He got into the 57s earlier. But Aaron Mullen, who disappointed not to get his first podium this morning, up in fourth position and chasing after Louis Woodward on the opening laps of this race. But it is Saggers then that leads, the ex-Radical champion. In second place is Forster in the 198 car, the 16-year-old from Cambridgeshire, the former autocross racer, and Louis Woodward in third place, the former BMW race winner. Then Aaron Mullen is next. Woodward having a look at Forster, but they seem to be getting closer to the leader. Here comes Brennan round the outside of his championship rival Cravens. The two novice championship contenders are side by side as they come off the Shaw's hairpin. On the inside is 8 Brennan, on the outside is 1, 2, 3 Craven, and Brennan is absolutely on a mission, Ian.
Yeah, absolutely. He's doing his very best to try and finish ahead in the Novice Championship with 9 minutes of the race left to go, though. It's James Saggers leading by 3/36 of a second, and Connor Forster in second. Forster's just done the best lap of the race. Then it's Woodward, then it's Mullen, then it's Brennan. But this battle still goes on between these two, Shea Brennan and Connor Craven. 5th overall, and this for third and fourth within the novice point standings for this race as well. Top 4 have pulled away a little bit though from this battle, haven't they? And it's another novice driver, Alfie Weymouth, that's also involved in this scrap as well. He's trying to grab onto their coattails. Jake Boydell's a little bit further back in 8th place. But for the lead overall, it's a good scrap as well, because Connor Forster, also a novice, not letting the race leader James Saggers get away.
Well, there's 10 cars in a leading queue at the moment, aren't there? So this is absolutely fantastic stuff to end the season for the Absolute Alignment Swift Sport Challenge. A good run through the Devil's Elbow for Connor Forster. He's right in the toe of James Saggers as they head up towards Gerrard's corner. Is there going to be a challenge for the lead up towards turn 1? Right there on the boot lid of James Saggers. He's so experienced. It's going to be so hard for Forster to get through. In 8th place, Boydell sets the fastest lap. The top 9 cars are separated by 4 seconds.
Absolutely brilliant racing, and Boydell with that fast lap 58.008 now in 8th position. So really any of these drivers would be capable of running at the front of the field, you feel, if qualifying had just gone their way. But it's Saggers in the ascendancy because it was a grid based on the result of race number 1. He's ahead of Connor Forster. It was only by 15 hundredths at the start of the lap. And then it's Woodward in third, 116 trophy racer as well, as was. And then it's Aaron Mullen fourth, then Shea Brennan fifth. But the pack seems to be, if anything, closing up even more with the possible exception that is that just James Saggers making a very slight break as he comes across the line to complete lap 5.
It's pretty slight, isn't it? Half a second or so. If it stays as it is, Saggers will get second in the championship. And it didn't look like that would be possible, really, at all. A couple of metres ago, he was miles behind Brennan and Craven, who didn't really have a great time at Croft, and where Saggers got his first podium. Battles right through the field. Maddie Griffiths has just been passed by James Hillier down the inside. Griffiths in her first season of car racing. Hillier in his first day of car racing, but massively experienced road racing motorcycle racer with 14 Isle of Man TT podiums. Forster trims the grass there through the S's. That's allowed Saggers to get a slightly bigger margin. There's Aaron Mullen right on the tail of Louis Woodward. It'd be good, really, to see Mullen get up onto the podium after that looked like it was going to happen in race 1 before a slight moment. Shea Brennan, fastest lap of the race, so that's a bonus point going his way.
Could be important. There's Archie Carter, number 89. He's making a place on number 18 car of Thomas Littlechild there. That is for 13th and 14th positions, a little bit further back down the order, but this whole field embroiled in a fantastic scrap wherever they are down the field. There's battles for everyone, it seems to me. James Saggers now eking out a 9/10 of a second advantage. Oh, moment there is for Carter, just ahead of Littlechild. So they're turning their way through. This outside the top 10, I was saying. There is the 99 car of Noon, isn't it, that is there in 10th position. And then it's this next group, headed by Sam Copeland, for 11th place in the number 27 car, but back towards the front of the field because Louis Woodward looking to try and find a way past Connor Forster.
Someone was going off. It's Nick Peters, isn't it, from the back of the group, so he'll be able to rejoin, but losing position, so it's down to 8 in our leading train, although Alfie Weymouth and Jake Boydell just losing touch to the top 6. But Saggers is a second ahead now, so that's good news. The driver who's trying to get second in this championship battle that is going on. Super close. We took Adam Blair out of this season. It would have been an extraordinary season decider, this, wouldn't it?
It would. He has 6 wins and wrapped the championship last time out at Croft, so he's not competing this weekend, but that's probably to the benefit of everyone else and certainly the benefit of us, because this is a fantastic race. Connor Forster at the head of the group for second now, but you can see that James Saggers is increasingly just able to drive away now. I think now he's broken the toe, he's out on his own. He's probably going to win this race. Second is going to be Forster, side by side a bit further back. That's Brennan trying to go around the outside of Mullen for 5th place. He's certainly pulled away from Connor Craven now, trying to put a car between himself and his novice class rival as well. Josh is having a look at the spreadsheet to see what this would do, and he has got ahead of Mullen now and up into 4th position. As almost coming to a stop there at the hairpin is the number 2 car, Jonathan Woolley, up there at Shaw's Corner.
Brennan needs one more place to equal Craven in the novice championship here, I think. He had those 3 points deducted for 3 points on his licence in the earlier race, I think. Hopefully that's accurate. So they turn their way through Gerrard's corner, and if Brennan can make one more place, they will be equal, which would go Craven's way, would it not? So I think perhaps 2 more places he might need. But he's certainly on a mission, and Brennan has worked out how to go around the outside of people as dirt gets kicked up at the S's. Worked out how to go around the outside of people at the S's, because he's done it on so many occasions now, as Shea Brennan. Yeah. And he's going again round the outside of Louis Woodward, late on the brakes for the 17-year-old Brennan, but Woodward, the more experienced driver, squeezes him out wide, and he's going to lose the spot instead, isn't he, to Aaron Mullen by the looks of it. He's
going to try to avoid that as they come through Devil's Elbow. He is just about going to avoid it. He's going to have his nose ahead as they sweep through the left-hander and over the timing line. It is actually Mullen that is slightly ahead of Brennan. That might change around again by the time they get up towards Gerrard's Bend, though. Let's have a look. We can see this on screen. Brennan on the outside line, Mullen on the inside line. The teenager trying to go around the outside of the 821 car. Mullen, both of them with the novice crosses on it, and I think it's Mullen that's just about held on. So this is not what Shea Brennan's needing. He needs to go forwards, not back, if he's going to stand any chance of defeating Connor Craven in the battle for the novice class honours. What's the situation for second overall as well?
That's still Saggers by 3 points on Craven, but back through has gone Brennan, back ahead through the S's, back into 4th position, but that's allowed Louis Woodward to get away a bit, and now he realises if you go around the outside of Louis Woodward, you might not be shown as much road as some of the others gave him, and Craven might be able to get a place in this, which would be equally be bad news for Brennan. So if battles can continue back outside the top 10, you don't gain any points for gaining positions in these battles, but it's absolutely fantastic to see. I suspect next year more drivers will get points, won't there? Be a different point system, I'd imagine, in the Swiftsport Challenge.
Yeah.
So these drivers outside the top 10 are battling for points themselves. But 2 seconds, massive gap for James Saggers up front with a couple of minutes to go.
Yes, it is badged as the Swiss Sport Challenge. Technically, it's part of the Hot Hats Championship as a separate class, which is why it has this particular point structure. There we go then. That's the 93 car just going through shot there, but we're back to this battle that seems to have pacified a little bit for the moment. It's got Conor Craven at the back of it. He's in 6th spot. There's James Saggers, our race leader. There is Conor Forster, 198 in second place. 87, Louis Woodward is third. Then it's Shea Brennan fourth. Can he get ahead of Louis Woodward? He's only got 1 minute and 20 seconds, so probably there's going to be 1 or 2 more laps left to go. Probably 2, I think, left to go, because over the line now goes James Saggers. So yeah, they'll have time for 2 more laps here, Josh.
Yeah, this battle's pretty epic, isn't it? They've got 6 of them in it outside the top 10, including Jonathan Woolley on his return to race in the former Stock Hatch front runner. Got James Hillier at the back of it, the 14-time Isle of Man TT podium finisher. So he's getting well involved. Of course, Isle of Man TT is a time trial, isn't it, rather than a race like this is, although he has competed in motorcycle races before, competed in the British Superbike Championship, for example. But you've got Archie Carter and Alex Povey, who are nose to tail for 12th and 13th positions as they turn their way through Gerrard's Corner on this penultimate lap of the race. Further up, Brennan is starting to close back in, isn't he, on this second place battle. Here they all come down towards the short hairpin. There are some bigger gaps, but Forster's still there ahead. And then you've got this 6-car battle for 11th place being led by Sam Copeland, the 34-year-old from Cornwall, who raced in the 116 trophy last year.
Yeah, didn't have a particularly happy time at Croft last time, which is just about the worst circuit to have a bad weekend at when you've got to go back to Cornwall. But he's having a better weekend here, involved in the thick of the battle. The last lap board has now gone out, though, to the race lead, which is James Saggers. He's 2.8 seconds clear of the rest. Just focusing in on this battle for 11th, though. There's 4 in it, and then a couple of those tagging along behind at the back, which are Woolley and James Hillier, the 2 black cars side by side now. That's the 93 car of Alex Povey, the 18 car of Thomas Littlechild. They're going wheel to wheel, Littlechild with the green wheels. But James Saggers up to the hairpin for the final time. He's built this lead throughout the race as others have been battling. Looks like he's going to take the checkered flag, but they're going to go almost 3 abreast, I thought, for a moment, going into Lake Esses a bit further back. Littlechild and 18 still at it, but here comes James Saggers through Devil's Elbow for the final time. Checker flag is about to go out to him, and yeah, James Saggers it is that gets the win. Second place goes the way of Conor Forster, third to Louis Woodward, fourth to Shea Brennan, fifth to Aaron Mullen, sixth to Conor Craven. And I think I'm right in saying, Josh, that therefore means second in the championship to James Saggers and the novice award to Conor Craven.
By a point, I think, from Shea Brennan. We'll get official confirmation from that in the week, I suspect, from 750 Motor Club. But those 3 penalty points that Shea Brennan picked up for that contact that we saw at the hairpin in race 1 is what made the difference, I think, in all of that. But what a season it's been between the 2 of them, particularly the first half of the year. They were trading wins in the novice class and getting overall podiums quite often. Yeah. Shea Brennan and Conor Craven, and it all came to a point at the end of this season.
But it's been a good end to the season for Conor Forster, hasn't it? Because he's had, I think, is it that 4 wins in a row now?
That's right.
At the end of the season, 2 at Croft and 2 here at Mallory Park in the Absolute Alignment Swift Sport Challenge here. So he's had a good run at the end of the season. Not sure how far he would have been behind them in the points, but he's certainly had a good run at the end of the year.
30 or so.
Okay, but and that's because of the way this point structure works. Let's have a look at the result then. 25 James Saggers, the winner again for the second time today in the Absolute Alignment Swift Sport Challenge. He was 3 seconds ahead of 198 Conor Forster in second to win the novice class. Third was number 87 Louis Woodward. Fourth was number 8 Shea Brennan. Fifth was 821 Aaron Mullen. In sixth was 123 Conor Craven. Seventh was number 19 Aaron Mullen. Eighth was number 88 Jake Windell. Ninth was 99 Lewis Neal, and Nick Peters 191 Spider Speed out the top 10. Then the next battle headed by Sam Copeland, then Archie Carter, Tom Littlechild and Alex Povey. Within 15th position, James Hillier, Jonathan Woolley 16th, And then I think we had everyone finished, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, Luke Jones, Buddy Griffiths, Shane Tweedy, Gary Stanford, Izzy Woolley, Eric Simons, Jonathan Leeson ran out the field.
And they got the Simons car back out after whatever the problem was.
They did, and it got ahead of Jonathan Leeson as well before the end of the race. So that was great news for Eric Simons. So we can head down now to Parc Ferme, where it's going to be Kieran Mogg speaking with our top 3 from the Swift Sport Challenge.
Thank you very much down here with James and 2 from 2.
Yeah, great into the day and the season. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, we really found the pace, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, good circuit. Yeah.
Seemed pretty tough out there, but obviously 2 races about the same, and this obviously race, thankfully, was a bit more sedate than the last one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and we managed to finish it, and there was no oil over the track, so that was good. And it was a great circuit, great day, and they weren't too far behind others, so they were all pushing. It was good. Yeah.
Really nice way to end the day and the season, obviously, for you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you. So I have a quick chat with Connor Forrester. Where has he gone? He's over there, I think. We try and jump in here with Connor. Connor, very close. Obviously couldn't quite get the win, but it's a good effort.
It was a brilliant race. First time ever driving this car to my dad. I sold mine. Thank you to Justin, my dad, and thank you to Carl Taylor for taking me, and Vic and everyone. And if anyone's helped me, thank you very much for this year, and I'll see you guys again hopefully soon.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Cheers, thank you. Have a very quick chat with Lewis once again on the podium. Obviously, very, very well done. Obviously, difficult race out there, but looked good.
Yeah, no, it was good. Obviously, it's a small circuit, not many places to overtake, but yeah, really happy. Good end to the season to be on the podium, and we'll be back next year, so really looking forward to it.
Well, congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Cheers, thank you. Sorry, we're having to rush because the cars are out on the grid and there's no green flag lap. See a big embrace here between two of the drivers, and I believe that makes you the novice champion.
I hope so. Oh, sorry, I'm out of breath.
Looks how much you can see how much obviously it takes it out of you, but yeah, obviously it's provisional, but from what we've heard, it does make you the champion. Which is, how does that feel?
Yeah, I was shaking past when I had the brake on, so I thought, we're on the back foot here. Yeah. And then he overtook Mullen. I thought, this is going really bad. Yeah. I knew if he overtook one more car, that was it. It was just a case of hanging on. I've had bits fall off the car. I've had my trackings all over the place. Yeah. It was, it was an emotional one.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, congratulations. Really well done.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you very much. All right. Well, there's cars on the track now. So coming up next, we have the Mazda 7s.